Gate 14 podcast and how sweep it is. The Toronto Blue Jays get their business done and sweep the poverty Chicago White Sox. JR and Avery are a little bit giddy here. They're going to Mexico on Sunday. What's up, JR? How you doing? You've been planning this for a while now. How you feeling?
Feel good. It's come quick. I'm obviously leaving the country also in 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's a harsh reality for the Gate 14 listeners, man.
It's only going to go up, right? What they say. No, it should be fun. You know, hopefully we'll get some content, Avery and I, from the beach for the crew, for the Gate 14 content 24/7. We'll get Abe wearing the hat in the pool.
There it is. And talking to some two birds, as he calls them. Avery, what's up with you, brother? How you doing, man? How was practice tonight, coach?
Practice was good tonight. No one really showed up. Classic. But that's fine. I showed up. Did my part.
The best availability you can have.
Best ability.
Is availability. Yeah.
There you go. No. How about the fucking Toronto Blue Jays?
This team's special. This team's special. I don't hate to say it. This team is special. I mean, Keegan Matheson tweeted out that number of the starting pitchers. What is it? I gotta pull it up here. Give me a second. It's the through the rotation. Fuck, I'm really dumb. Yeah, this trip through the Blue Jays rotation. So 5 starting pitchers, 33 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, a .55 ERA, 16 hits, 7 walks, 37 strikeouts. Like I said, I've shunned myself from talking about that other man, the man that won't be named. He's putting me 6 foot under right now. He's putting me 6 foot under right now. This starting rotation rules.
Well, we can't be mad about the bullpen this week either, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so I forget what we said for the predictions, but
I said sweeps. Credit to me.
Okay. I forget what we all said, but felt like a series where the Jays just don't find a way to get it done, get the sweep, and the Chicago White Sox didn't score a run for 24 innings.
Which is insane with that lineup. I mean, that lineup isn't that bad, but I know Tim Anderson's out. They fucking suck. Before we go into that, let's go into the other thing. So let's talk about the hot dog eating competition. You let Gate 14 Nation down.
Yeah, that was
we weren't even doing a competition.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Everything is a competition with the Gate 14 boys. No. Everything. It could be who can get to Gate 14 faster. It could be who could park a car faster. It's all a competition with the Gate 14 boys. And you should have known that going in. Mm-hmm. First Looney Dog night, the best ability is availability, and you weren't even available for it. You checked out in the second inning. Yeah. What do you want to say?
I ate dinner. And then I mucked.
You didn't have dinner. You didn't have dinner.
Were you force fed like a child?
No, but then I had my manhood questioned by Johnny, who was eating half hot dogs, and saying, "Yeah, that's exactly what happened."
I think I won.
No, you didn't, because if I didn't eat that full hot dog, it still would have been 7 3/4.
The bun is by far the worst part of the hot dog. That's the hard part.
That was a pretty large portion of that.
No, it was not.
3/4 of a bun.
Watch the video back. Watch the video. I dominated the competition. Avery is mad because the little engine that could, Johnny Junta, went crazy and had 8 hot dogs before the second inning started. Don't be mad at me. And honestly, hand up, I'm starting to feel it like right now. Like today, I feel like shit.
Well, guess who sucked down a couple wieners at the Jays game today?
That's again on you. I don't even want to think about a hot dog forever. I really don't. It's disgusting.
Sorry, you ruined it for yourself. I'm just warming up. That was my spring training, Looney Dog Night 1. I hadn't practiced all off season. You take time to build up to your best, and I'm not there yet. So that's fine that you won spring training start 1. Congrats, Johnny. You won the World Series in the first Looney Dog of the season.
You're essentially the TikTok comment saying, "Relax, buddy, it's April." That's what you are doing right now. So that's fine.
Yeah. But I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win the World Series of Looney Dog eating contest at some point.
We'll see.
We should host that. We should fucking host.
I am really hoping that at least one of these Looney Dog nights is on Kikuchi Corner night. Then it'll be in the zone at that stadium.
And then we have we literally will give a Gate 14 care package to whoever eats. Actually, that could turn out to be
No,
really
that'd be a
bad.
lot. That would be.
Some
I
people
think
would be
if we-
puking.
Oh, there will be puke. I felt horrible yesterday, but I hadn't been practicing, so I think
6 hot dogs and you felt horrible.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
Sorry,
That's
you guys had Johnny barely had one more hot dog than me,
I could.
and he said he's sick the next day. Jeremy,
I do feel
yeah.
bad
The
today.
sick the next day. Well, that was because Johnny ate all of them in 2 innings, which was just
That was
Johnny
dumb.
said
I
he
should-
hadn't eaten all day too.
Yeah, you had the most prep. It seemed like you were mentally preparing for this.
Well,
for
yeah,
2 days.
preparing to fail is.
I actually
fail-
didn't know we were competing either.
You're an
but-
idiot. You don't know any sayings, Johnny.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. All right, that's what I did. But all jokes aside, Joey Chestnut's hotter in person. I'll say it. Hand up. I'll say it.
Just
He
not
was.
true,
I was
man.
giving him the little like looking down, up and down. I was like, Joey, wow, you are way better in person. That camera really does you justice when you're scoffing 75 fucking hot dogs and your mouth is like bigger than my entire head. He's a good looking. I'll say he's a great looking dude. I'm all in on the Joey Chestnut train.
That is absolutely nuts that, you say Joey Chestnut is a great looking dude.
That is.
I'm trolling. He's obviously disgusting looking. No offense, Joey Chestnut, but like he looks like a guy who eats hot dogs for a living. Is that a
Yeah,
good
well, 'cause-
description?
Well, because the only time you see him every year is 150 degrees on July 4th,
sweaty,
Coney
Oh.
Island, and sweating, water dripping all over his face, hot dog buns on the side of his mouth, which is quite literally one of the more disgusting things of all time. So the fact that you came out here and called him a beautiful person was awesome, Johnny.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm not all in. Never mind. I take that back.
It was awesome that he was there. The activation they did with the 2 Gate 14 listeners, they gave them 20 seconds to eat a bunch of hot dogs, and they lined up.
Wait, backpedal. Those were Gate 14 listeners?
Those were the guys.
Yeah,
who
those were the
who
guys
took
you saw
pictures.
right before. They literally
Remember?
came up to us right before.
Oh,
They came up to us and said, "Oh, we got to go," because they were taking up to go eat the hot dogs. But they lined up 8 hot dogs. Like, these kids were professional eaters. They barely got through 1 in 20 seconds.
I gotta say that activation member, whoever was a strategist on that team, needs to take a good look in the mirror because that was a horrendous.
no, that's not
activation.
on them, Jared. That's the pitch clock that's fucking them, man.
What?
They can't do a 2-minute activation thing in the middle of an inning, have a guy eating hot dogs on the scoreboard while Jose Berrios is pitching. What do you mean?
Why can't they do that?
There's like 2. They get 2 minutes between innings.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
wild.
they gave the kids like 14 seconds to eat 10 hot dogs, and I remember.
Well, tell
right
those kids to be
before-
better. No offense. If you're listening to this, be better.
I mean, fuck. I bet you I could scarf down 3.
That's what I'm saying. You give me 20 seconds, I can at least have 2 or 3.
That
Especially with
would've-
the
that
and they
would've
kept
been
on
all
doing
time
this
if
thing
Johnny
where they
was
were
on
just
that.
drinking the water in the middle of it. I was like, what are you doing,
Have
guys?
you not
Like,
watched the
just
hot dog eating contest? That's how they go
They
down.
dip
fast.
it in water. They don't drink the water when they're in the middle of a hot
They
dog
gave them a
contest.
Dasani bottle of water. They quite literally couldn't do it.
All right, so that's on the Jays then. That's on the Jays.
Yeah.
But
That's on the Jays.
other than that, though, that was an awesome game, man. The Looney Dog night it gets rowdy. There was a lot of people there. And one thing I gotta say for the listeners out there, we gotta be better at being smart. Because I was seeing some things here. We were all seeing some things. There was one Looney Dog thing that was full of people, like a 20-minute line. You walk 4 sections over, there's another Looney Dog thing with no one in line. Like, we all saw that, right?
Mhm.
We were saying that to each other, we're like, what are we doing? There is a Looney Dog literally right there, and there's no one there. And I kept on pissing Avery off. I kept asking, like, oh, is this the Looney Dog thing? And there'd be a literal massive sign over the lineup that says Looney Dogs here. So they do a great job of that. I think, JR, you're the business guy. Do you think they make money off of doing the Looney Dogs?
Fuck no. Hell
You
no.
think-
Actually, you know what? Hot dogs are cheap as fuck. They probably break even. I mean, they're getting those things.
Why
in
would they
bulk
do them if they didn't make money?
Because it's just to get people in the building. It's the tickets. They'll sell more tickets, right? You'll take a loss to get a gain, Ave. It's the marketing tactic.
But then eventually at some
Avery,
point,
you
it's
should know this based off our thick Jesus fiasco.
it's like,
But at
it's
some
like-
point you break
it's-
even, so it doesn't like matter.
No, it's like when a retailer sells a product that they know they're gonna lose just to get them in the store, so they buy other products. It's actually a tactic that Walmart uses. But
yeah.
But
Can we
yeah,
up-
but not my thing is the whole point though isn't to get a profit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was
They want
warned.
they don't want to turn a profit. They want you to get cancer from the hot dogs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Abe, that's
that might be.
bold.
I mean, those hot dogs are not healthy for you. Let's make that as clear as possible.
I would love to
obviously.
see the nutritional facts on those things.
Oh my god, I wouldn't.
No, I don't think you want to see.
Those things are made in a factory.
Aren't they made with pig intestines? Like
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
They're made with pig throats, throat goat. A lot of people are calling me the throat goat. Please stop with that. With the hot dog, stop calling me throat goat. Another thing that I want to talk about with that game is I have a take that I've been squatting on for a while now. I might have said this last year. The 200 level at the Rogers Center is the best seats in the house. And it's not even, I don't think it's a debate. I don't think it's a discussion. The 200 level at the Rogers Center is the best because it's not too high. It's not too low. You are literally, it feels like you're at field level in the 200 level and you could see every single thing. It rules. The 200 level is the best level at the Rogers Center, and it's by a long shot the best. Not even like a debate. Is anyone want to back me up on that or go against that? Because I think that's true.
the padded seats are a nice touch.
Are those padded seats?
No, they're like a little bit softer. The padded ones are
like
behind
right
home plate.
behind. They have some padded ones too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Those are
you know,
awesome.
someone actually told me today. I was at the Honda dealership. Shout out to the Honda dealership. They went to the game today on the second level. TD zone seats, like right behind the plate for $40.
Well, yeah, it's a 1 o'clock game. I'm assuming that was a lot
That's
cheaper.
wild.
Yeah.
I mean, those got to be the best seats in the house.
Those are.
awesome.
And
Right?
I would love to go toe to toe with a listener on this. 200 level is the best. And it's not
Mhm.
like 100 level, you're too low. You can't
100
really
level
see
can
that
be
much
bad.
stuff. 500 level, you're obviously way too high. The 200 level is just there. It's the G spot. It's the sweet spot of Toronto Blue Jays seats. It's you just love to see it. I'm
You're-
all in on that.
You're backpedaling though. Last year it was like 500 level.
I
or
did.
die.
Yes, but I backpedal a lot of takes. This is one that I'm willing to just take accountability for. The 200 level is the best by a substantial margin. And Avery, how should I dock this? Because I'm obviously keeping track of the Corona Lounge falling in love. I said I'm 0 for 3 because honestly, every single time you're in that building, it should be a chance to fall in love with the Corona Lounge. So do I mark you down for 0 for 4? Because you were in the building.
Today?
Yes.
No, you can only mark me down as 0 for 1, I think. Because the
what
only
the
time
fuck are you talking about?
I've only been in the Corona Lounge once.
That doesn't matter. If you're in the building, you have an opportunity. It's like if you step up to the plate and you walk, it still goes against your plate appearances or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like if you hit a sacrifice fly. That's
No,
what I'm
I had
essentially
a
saying.
plate appearance, but I didn't have an at bat. Is what?
No,
we're
you
at.
are 0 for 4. I am 0 for 3, and JR is 0 for 3. That's how we have to calculate it. Because every single chance Johnny G is in that building, even if I don't go to the Corona Lounge, that's on me.
Mhm.
I got to take accountability for that. I didn't go.
What is
I am-
considered falling in love though? Like what actually has to happen?
Talking to a female.
No, that's the legit bare minimum.
I mean, hey, we have
I'm
to
saying,
get some
okay,
hits
here we
somehow.
go. I'm saying this. I'm saying the female has to follow the Gate 14 pod on Insta.
Okay.
On a social media site. That will be classified as falling in love. Because that means she's repping
I
the
think
brand.
you guys like talk after the game in some capacity.
Yes.
Is
There we
falling
go.
in love.
So we have the rules set. So we're just gonna have to. Obviously, I'm not gonna switch back records here. I'm 0 for 3. JR's 0 for 3. Avery's 0 for 4. And another sad thing about that game on Tuesday, not sad for listeners, that's JR's last time in the building this year. Unless they go to the playoff. JR's leaving 3-0, going to LA.
You've only been to 2 games, haven't you, Jer?
No, he went to Coochie
3.
Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, Saturday with the Coochie Corner. He went to Friday with us with T-Mac.
Yes.
And then, that game. So, JR, 3-0 with you in the building. Was that bittersweet when you took a step back and you're like, I won't be here until maybe next year again, unless you come back for playoffs?
Yeah, it was like, fuck. I was going through my head. Fuck.
Because you're not going to get those little tire pumps of people noticing you now when you go to like baseball games. That's like a little good thing for the JR clan out there.
Yeah.
So,
no, they barely noticed me anyways. But
well, the Gate 14.
Only the one. Shout out to actually the one guy in the TD lounge. that dabbed me up. I don't know who you are. You didn't even say my name, but I think he knew I was gate 14. Hopefully the boys come down to LA. Hopefully Ave can move
money.
some funds around and rob a bank and then fly down to LA to see me so we can go to the Dodger series, because that would be electric.
When is that series?
It's July. Right? Am I wrong, Johnny?
Yeah, it is July.
Is it during the week or a weekend?
Is it during Canada Day weekend? That would be awesome. It's
No.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's perfect. I'll take work off. I'll be there.
Okay, so I have a new
for the
segment.
weekend, right?
I have a new segment alert that I'm gonna obviously do at the end of this podcast. I just tweeted it out. So a listener gave me a recommendation, the Corona Love Corner segment. So where people just leave questions for relationship questions, dating advice, for the Gate 14 boys. We'll end off the show with it. And they could just ask us whatever and just let it fly, and we'll let it fly. So the Corona Love Corner, that's a great segment. We're gonna end the show with it.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. But another thing that I want to talk about with the Rogers Center, we got to give credit where credit is due. I can't get over how much better it is. I know we talked about this last time. The in-person experience, the way the outfield wall looks, the pitchers walking down steps to go out of the go onto the field, just the entire feel of it is fucking awesome. It really is. It's a really good experience for the fan, and they haven't even done the 100 level yet. So it's going to be all time.
Yeah, every time I go there, I'm pretty happy with how it's gone. The bullpens look sick. Seeing the pitchers even under the bullpen, kind of cool as well. I wish it was a little rowdier in right field bleachers, though. That's
apparently it really is, though. Apparently it really is.
I wish they let them throw shit at the.
Oh, that's crazy.
But
Dave, that's going too far.
Okay, hear me out. I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't think anyone should be allowed to do it. But you should be scared for your life. You come to Rogers Center. I think it would help.
Well, you want that element, but then it just takes the fun out of it when you have shit thrown at you.
100%. 100%. You're scumbag if you do it.
You're saying you're a scumbag if you do it, but do it.
No,
that's what you're saying. I don't
not
condone for that. I don't
do
condone
not
for that.
do it. But if you make it the hardest place to play baseball in the whole
I'm
league,
just saying, come
there's a little
correct
bit of
with
an
your
advantage
chirps.
there.
I'm saying, come correct with your chirps. Pull up the college stats. Pull up every single stat possible. That's what I want. I want you to go for the jugular in a non-personal, non-mean way. That's my right field happiness. So let's go into the series, man. Monday, we got to talk about the Chicago White Sox. Fucking suck.
Yeah, that lineup actually
they are terrible.
Well, we know why they suck.
Why?
Charlie Montoyo.
Yep.
Your tweet did Charlie Montoyo break or ruin the Chicago White Sox is absolutely insane. And
obviously it has nothing to do with it, but they fucking suck.
They are so bad. They have the second worst record in baseball, I believe, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they were the odds-on favorite to win their division.
Yes, they were. And what's even worse about that is Charlie Montoyo being a spineless coward and refusing to talk to the Toronto media. What was that? What are we doing?
Crazy.
I don't even know you're allowed to legally do that. Respect the big Jays. Respect the big Jays, Charlie. What are we doing? You can't deny us. And I'm going to say us like we're a part of this. You can't deny Keegan.
Keegan was probably pissed.
I feel like it was a perfect spot for him to get something off his chest if he was pissed about what happened.
I mean, he could.
That's what I'm saying.
He could have thanked the fans. It was kind of a big fuck you.
Well, the fans were really mean. I mean,
well, he could have told them to go fuck themselves.
I mean, I guess the whole wife situation was worse than we thought. Maybe.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe his wife got
I mean, that was crazy, right?
She was in one of our videos, was she not?
Yeah, she was in one of our when we were on.
She was in the other one. She was in
she's in someone else's live. But yeah, no, Charlie refusing to talk to media is have a backbone. What are we doing here? At least honestly, if I was him, I would be genuinely just saying this team fucked me. They gave me a dog shit bullpen. And when they started getting good was when they started getting bullpen arms. Because technically 2 or 3 weeks after was when the Jays made that trade for Bass and Pop and all that type of stuff. So he could have just said, I was doing what I had to do with the cards I was dealt.
I would have
just
loved for him to throw Pete Walker under the bus.
Yes.
That would have made my week.
Pete
Just,
Walker versus Charlie Montoyo, rough and rowdy. Choose your fighter. But Pete has to be drunk, obviously. That's where that would have to be. But yeah, it's Charlie Montoyo, if he doesn't talk to media, will never not be funny. Because we gave him that funny, and I watched that video the other day of him in the dugout before the game, just bongoing it up. It is the funniest fucking video I've ever seen because it's like a jump scare. They're just panning the field. They go to the left, and there's Charlie just going bananas on the bongo. It is wild that guy. We used to let that shit slide in Toronto. Our manager playing the fucking bongos before every game. We used to let that shit slide.
But what if a manager played guitar? Like that would be
that's
kind of
cooler
weird too, but it's still an instrument.
That would be weird. Your manager,
the guitar would fire the boys up, though. I don't want to hear.
The bongos was weird.
The bongos are,
but
I think, are funny because they are massive.
Weird.
They're huge.
It is, but it's
like you can't bring those on the plane, like the team plane, because massive.
You think anyone was just like, anyone in the clubhouse was just like, can he stop banging those fucking bongos?
Dude, what I was saying was, say something nice about Charlie. We'll all go around this table, say something nice about Charlie. When he got ejected, I will say this: he got after it with the umpires. He was all time when he got ejected. I will never forget the game last year when he went toe to toe with the umpire because of a Vladdy called strike, and just the rage that he had inside of him against that umpire was like, yeah,
he had no rage.
He was, when he would get mad, he would get mad. So that's my say something nice about Charlie. What's yours, Avery?
Fuck me. Say something nice about Charlie. I can't say many nice things about Charlie. He was the manager here. That's what I could say. Nice. He seems like a genuine nice person. I'll say that. He doesn't seem like a bad guy.
Yeah.
But I would like to bring you guys back to one of my takes from last season. I think it was my best when I said Charlie Montoyo should have been ejected from every single game as the Jays manager. Every time there was a single bad call, he should have found a way to get ejected.
Because then it's impossible to fire a guy because you're like, he's willing to go to battle for his team every day.
And if you get ejected in the second inning of every game, you can't say it's your fault. The team sucks. You're not even there.
That's another great fucking point. Wow. But you could also twist it to the Nazem Kadri effect where it's like, he's never here. He's just always suspended. So we got to trade his ass or fire his ass. There's two ways to look at it. And that makes sense. But I don't know if Jerry, you have nothing to say about Charlie, right? No, nothing nice.
Yeah, he's just probably a good family man.
There we go. And that's our segment. Say something nice about Charlie Montoyo. That's what we do. So let's go into the games here, man. Obviously, Monday, Chris Bassett. He has looked awesome. We talked about this the last episode. It's just, fuck, he's good. Fuck, he is good. He's just, and Avery talked about this. He is just a pitcher's pitcher. He'll run it up every once in a while just for shits and gigs. But he is so good at just pitching a baseball game. Dissecting hitters, locating pitches, throwing rainbow breaking balls. He hit 69 on Monday. Nice. He threw 69 miles an hour in a professional baseball game on Monday.
It's like Zach Greinke, but he has velo still. Obviously we had the incident where we thought he got hurt at the end, which stunk out loud, but nice to see that he's not hurt at all. Chris Bassett was one of the more dependable middle relievers. I'll say this every episode. Him and Jose Berrios, some of the more dependable middle starters in all of baseball, mid-rotation guys. And now they're going back to what they've been successful, why you give these guys money, why you think you can depend on them for a large part of the season. Chris Bassett is awesome to watch pitch, and having his velo back. I see he got to 94-2 last start, and he just throws so many different pitches. He throws this last start through a sinker, sweeper, curveball, cutter, changeup, four-seam, slider. Who has that many pitches still? What is that? 8, 7?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get with Chris Bassett, but as long as he keeps the ball in the yard, he's going to give this team a chance to win baseball games. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, he's incredible. But did Chris Bassett pitch great? Sure, but there was one thing that stole the show during that Monday game. It was Rogers Sportsnet asking Kevin Cheech and Chong Gausman to hop on the telecast in the middle of the game, high as a fucking kite. That guy just hit up Tokyo Smoke near the ballpark, had his Costco card there, brought it in, got 17 edibles, 30 milligram each, and just ripped them and said, I am getting after it. Sportsnet came into the room probably and said to him, you're hopping on like our telecast today on camera, right? And high as shit, Kevin Gausman looks at him and goes, what? Jared, did you happen to see this? Because everyone kept on saying he has that JR in him. Everyone thinks you're high as fuck all the time.
Okay. I need to address this I'm high all the time shit. Ave knows. I have severely bad pollen allergies at this time. Okay? They get worse and worse.
Allergies.
Allergies at night. So just so the Gate 14 listeners are informed.
I have the next Gate 14 shirt.
What is it?
Kevin Gausman.
With the bud or something?
He smokes gas, throws gas, so he's just Kevin Gausman. He's just the highest person in all of Canada and the best pitcher on the Toronto Blue Jays. So we get Kevin Gausman on a t-shirt at some point, just high as a kite. I think it would do numbers.
It would do numbers, but I don't
sick.
think he would be happy with it, to be honest with you.
Did you know you can get edibles at the Rogers Center?
No.
What? That's a lie. No.
We had 5 things of edibles in our lounge today.
No. They just you can buy there, like
you could get weed at the Rogers Center?
Maybe it was the group I was with, but he said that it's part of like the booth you can order edibles to your to the room and to your suite that you're in. So Kevin Gausman's probably got a pretty good hookup for free.
Oh, he was high as a fucking kite. All rock star shit.
It was probably the best piece of content that Sportsnet has done all season.
Yeah, and they knew what they were doing. Let's be as clear as possible here. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing.
Ask? I saw on Twitter. I don't know because I wasn't listening to it because I don't listen to sound during the game. But did they ask him like what makes him giggle or something?
Yes,
like
yeah. They said what makes you giggle in Canada, which is like the most high guy question you could ever ask someone is what makes you giggle, buddy. It was just the most high guy question of all time. And then it was just everything was coming up JR because everyone's saying he has that JR in him. And then next thing you know, JR's hero gets called up. My friend, Nate Pearson, gets called up to the show. A real where were you moment, JR. I've been holding
really
on.
Great to see him while I'm leaving.
That was the perfect send-off, man.
It was the perfect send-off. And that video I've been holding into my drafts forever. The one of, do you ever wonder what goes on inside a guy's mind? And it's just you, and then with the Nate Pearson highlights. I've been waiting to post that forever. For absolutely ever. So I'm glad I kind of finally got that off. But yeah, he's awesome. Hitting the first batter was the most Nate Pearson thing I've ever seen in my life.
Because John Schneider said the only thing he wants to see is to see Nate Pearson throw strikes. He did that.
That was so funny. I also noticed I don't know what speed fucking tracker was wrong, but he was like throwing like 97 when we were at the game. And then I was watching highlights this morning and it was like he was consistently throwing 99. And I was like,
I see he was 99.6 on one pitch.
Yeah, I was like, we did not see that. Unless it was wrong at the stadium. That was
I think the stadium gun's the most accurate one though.
Okay. Because
it comes from TrackMan now, so it's not just a radar gun anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was odd. I was like, he didn't hit 99 in the stadium. And it was like consistently.
But once he settled down, and you tweeted this, Johnny, very funny to see Anthony Ass come out in the 9th inning when he was our 7th inning guy.
Anthony Ass.
Yeah.
Dude, how the mighty have fallen, man. How the mighty have fallen. You truly hate to see that. Yeah, just to finish it off that game, Brandon Belt looked awesome on Monday. Ups his average to 200, a real where were you moment. Brandon Belt finally hitting above 200. I might take back all the things I said about him because I think he's going to heat up. I'm in my mind. He didn't have that spring training. He's looked decent since opening day, like at the Rogers Center, or is that what it's called, opening or home opener? He's looked decent since then. I'm willing to give that guy a chance. I'm willing to give him a chance and let him cook. Is that a crazy take?
No, it's not really.
We were hard on him, but he was really fucking bad, though, man. It was hard not to be hard on him, right? He was terrible.
He did it to himself, sadly. But you got to give credit to where credit's due if we're gonna bash him when he's bad. So he has kind of figured it out here. Let's look at his last 14 days.
No, don't look at it. I just did. You don't want to look at it. No.
This isn't bad, Johnny.
His last 15 games, he's hitting 189.
Last 14 days. Way different.
Oh, so we're skewing numbers. Okay, what's his last 14 days?
Actually, no. This is better. Last 7 days.
There it is. Yes.
He's hitting 286, Johnny.
Brandout Belt is back.
He has a weighted runs created plus of 150, Johnny.
Wow. Is he back?
He has an OPS of 905.
Holy shit.
He's played in 4 games in the last 7 days.
So just make sure when everyone is trying to chirp Brandon Belt, just bring up not his last 7 games. His last 7 games, he's hitting still below 200. Last 7 days.
Yep.
Make sure you emphasize the days part. Just to make that clear. So if you're trying to get in the mud with someone, they understand.
Are we going to talk about you in the mud today?
In a little bit.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that when we go into Yusei. So game 2, the game that we went to, an absolute murder fest. The Jays beating up on 2 domestic abusers in a 5-day span. This is hashtag next level. This is next level. Domingo Herman, the wife beater. Welcome to hell. Mike Clevenger, the human piece of shit who calls himself Sunshine. Welcome to hell. Just an absolute masterclass that we got to see live. And to top it off, boys, I'm going to say it. Jose Berrios is all the way back. All the fucking way back. 4.71 ERA now. It was literally 12 like 2 weeks ago. So, Avery, where do you stand with Jose? I mean, he's clearly mixing his pitches well. He's throwing a 96-mile-an-hour sinker, I think it is. Avery, I don't remember if it was that. That's what it was.
I remember him throwing his sinker harder than his oh, never mind. He got 97.4
on his sinker?
On his 4-seam fastball.
So where are you at with him now? Because I guess he's still kind of throwing the 4-seam, but he's locating it better. What do you think?
He threw the 4-seam fastball the least of any pitch.
Okay. So he's finally listening to Twitter.
He's finally listening to Twitter. Yep. He is.
Wow.
So it's nice to see, but yeah, the sinker and the 4-seam don't get whiffs, but they get a decent they get a lot of called strikes right now. So for him, man, it was staying out of the middle. He seemed to get killed when he was in the middle of the zone. I bet if we looked at kind of where the pitches were at, he lived on the corners here. And again, you're attacking a team differently because the White Sox are ass as well. Like, let's not get it twisted. These outings should happen against a White Sox team that is this bad when you put out that type of lineup. But the thing with Jose Berrios is you had cookie starts for him even to start the season with the Kansas City Royals, and they didn't go well. So for me, it's the upgrade of beating up, shitting on the bad teams when you should, and that's what's happening.
And beating the good teams too. And
him getting those strikeouts. What do you have? 9 strikeouts again.
Yeah.
It was 2021 Jose Berrios. It's the reason we gave him a 7-year deal or whatever we gave him too. He looks awesome. If Jose Berrios is going to pitch like that, this team is scary. Very scary.
Because I pulled up the stats for the rotation. That last through the order, through the rotation is insane. I mean, that's 2 earned runs in 33 innings. Are you kidding me? It looks awesome. They really do look awesome. And obviously there's going to be some sort of, they're not going to pitch like this the entire year. If they did, this would be the best team ever assembled, the best rotation ever assembled, but it is awesome. And another guy that took my eyes, or all of our eyes, friend of the program, Jano, ruled on Tuesday. I mean, we're talking a guy who hit 2 home runs, and then that out he got, Avery. I remember you saying this. You said he shot on that. because that was that opposite field line drive he hit to the right
Yeah.
fielder.
Yeah.
I think it was, and it was absolutely annihilated. So when Jano is raking, it is so sick to watch because he mashes baseballs and he's just a grown man. He just hits them so hard with no batting gloves. It's unbelievable.
Well, I think he's back to batting gloves. That's what he changed. I think he hit all of his home runs with batting gloves on.
Oh,
Yeah, he was slumping, so he went batting gloves, which I don't like to see as a guy who loves the no batting glove look. But Jano, you can tell when he is on and when he is off. It's not a good thing because you can kind of tell right away when the at bats are going to go shitty. He struck out, I think, twice today, but he finds barrels and he finds them often when he is on. And we got two of them, two huge ones, and an out for one as well. He hits the home run, Yankee Stadium. What was that? 3 home runs in his last 2 games that he had played at that point, right?
yeah, he's looked awesome. He's looked awesome.
You can tell that he's on and he finds barrels, and that's what we've been waiting for here for the catcher position to heat up. The bottom of the order has started to like create some more offense too. Santiago Espinal today, 3 hits, I believe, right? So it's like we're starting to get the production from everywhere, and it's also another.
And it's also making it harder on the manager. Like, who do I put in the lineup here?
Mhm.
Witt's hitting good. Espinal's kind of figuring it out. Kevin Biggio's done decent. So it's a great problem to have for John Schneider. There's tons of guys, and it's a really well-rounded team. I did say this. I think this is one of the best Jays teams, well-rounded wise, like defensively, pitching, bullpen, hitting, that they've had in a very, very long time. And I hope that stays stagnant. But they're not really showing any signs of slowing down. I thought after that Yankee series, we always talk about this with gambling, Ave, like the look ahead spot or just bouncing back from a massive win. They usually get dog walked the next game. They take 2 or 3 at Yankee Stadium and then handle business and take 3 of 3 against the White Sox at the Rogers Center. So it was a masterclass, especially that game yesterday. Jano looked awesome. The bullpen looked awesome. And Mike Clevenger got absolutely dog walked. So would you say that was the best Jose Berrios appearance so far?
Oh, probably if you look by game logs for sure. 4 hits, only 4 hard hit balls too. I think so, man. Just dominated them from top to bottom.
It was his best start for the Blue Jays in a long time. 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 9 punch outs. All time.
103 pitches too. It's not like he threw a ton of pitches. He was pretty efficient in this start.
It was fun to watch. I love watching I love watching Jose Berrios pitch. I know we always said this. He has great stuff. He just has to put it together, and he put it together. It was awesome. It was unbelievable. So let's go into today's game, fellas. Why not? Our king, the man that they said would regress, the man that they counted out because he wasn't throwing a lot of he wasn't locating well, even though he's averaging one walk an appearance. Yusei Young. You got to see it live, Avery. What was it like watching that masterclass live? 5.2 innings, 4 hits, 8 punchies, one walk. The ERA down to 3.
I hate to say this, but it kind of like blows my mind every time you see him get up there and just pitch really well. The trauma from last season kind of creeps in right before the start happens. And we were with the props.cash guys, and he's like, "Are you gonna take a Coochie strikeout?" I said, "Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take it, but I feel like we're at a spot for a blow up at some point here." I didn't think it was gonna be today, but it's in the back of your mind. We're gonna get a classic Kikuchi start at some point, and we just didn't get that. We got great Yusei again, and your thing about the control, you can have some spotty control sometimes and limit walks, but that's what being a good pitcher is about, is finding a way to still get people out, and what he's been able to do, man. It's been impressive, especially out of the 5 hole, some stability. Yeah, Mitch White pitched today, the guy that was kind of battling for the 5th spot. His velocity is down 2 miles an hour from last year with a guy who's needed some time off again. It's Yusei spot as it should be to run with. He's done exactly that, and I don't think there's people on his heels anytime soon. He should start getting pretty comfortable in this 5 spot in the rotation, getting people out like this often.
Yeah, JR, I mean, obviously you were working today, but he is so fun to watch when he's carving. I know we say this every time. He was running it up today. He does this he high fives himself his glove. It's absurd. It's so fun to watch him, JR. I love watching Yusei pitch when he's carving. It's sick.
Yeah, he's like killing it. I mean, just the best fifth starter in the league. No questions asked.
That's a
right
great
now.
narrative to start. That's a great narrative to start. The best fifth starter in the league. And Avery do you notice the applause is a little bit louder when Yusei's pitching maybe a little bit after the strikeouts? Like, what was the vibes like at that game? I know you were in the box, obviously.
It was so there's a ton of kids there today.
Yeah.
They were loud. It was actually pretty funny. They would go out for a mound visit, the White Sox would, and the Blue Jays would say, "Let's make noise" on the Jumbotron, and those kids made so much noise. It was unfortunately the shriek from the kids, not a big lot of make noise, but they made the atmosphere kind of fun. But Yusei comes off the mound and it's a standing ovation, and it's
He really
real.
got one.
Oh yeah. He pitched. I mean, he pitched that well.
But he didn't tip his cap though. What the fuck's that? You
No,
say?
he gave a nice little head nod, little wave type of thing. He acknowledged them. Everyone was standing right in front of him, and it was, oh man, I'm so happy for him. He feels like he's my kid, and I want to see him succeed, and he's succeeding. Feel like a proud father.
It's unfucking believable.
And Kikuchi's corner was going
active, alive and well. I want to talk about that. Shout out to those kids, man. And the crazy thing is those kids don't even want to take credit for it. Like, I tweeted, these guys are legends. No response, nothing. No one, like, they're trying to go full Spider-Man. The man behind the mountain. No one wants to take or acknowledge.
It's about the mission, boys. It's about the mission, right? And the t-shirts. The t-shirt launch today was outstanding.
Numbies. I just want to thank you everyone that bought those shirts today, man.
Gate14.ca.
I felt
Gate14.ca.
We'll talk about the
buy
shirts
them before we run out.
Yeah, go buy them before we run out. But I wanted to talk about Avery. We can't miss another Coochie Corner. Like an opportunity for that content. We can't miss out another one. It's just too good. It's way too good content we're missing out on. Obviously, today it was 1:00. There's no more 1:00 games, or they won't. Like, I'm assuming he won't be pitching in those days. The next day, Kikuchi Corner has been lined up. Is on the Saturday against the Atlanta Braves.
Oof.
Oh Jesus!
That is going to be must watch. That is going to be must watch shit from our guy Yusei. Going back into that game for today. Bobichette. That ball he hit out today, he had no business hitting out off of that foul pole. It was a one-handed, like, wrist check me over swing, and he hit it off the foul pole. He is so good at hitting. It is absurd. I can't even comprehend how good at hitting he is. And honestly, you got to pump his tires. He's been great in the field as well, too. He hasn't made an error in a while.
Yeah, I think he's 2 defensive runs saved I've seen, which is pretty good. I saw the swing. I was watching, and the way he swung the bat, hit the ball, I thought it was a foul ball for sure. I kind of looked away for a second, looked at my phone, I think. Looked back up, the ball's off the foul pole. I couldn't believe it. I don't think he could even believe it either. But we're being carried by our dogs with some help from the little guys as well. This is what a team looks like when it's just running on all cylinders. I hope this isn't the best baseball that the Toronto Blue Jays play this season, but god damn it should be close to how good they can be.
I can't put any more words into it. I mean, when you got Bo and Vladdy combining for 5 for 9 with 5 RBIs in a baseball game, you're going to win a lot of those baseball games when the middle of the order and the guys in front of them are getting on base and doing their stuff. Espinal 3 for 4 today. Merrifield 2 for 4 today. Whit Merrifield has been raking. He looks awesome. And you could bring up all these dumbass advanced analytics shit to me about F-WAR, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it's called. But Whit Merrifield has looked awesome, and he's getting on base, which is what he should be doing at the bottom of the lineup for the big dogs, and it paid off today. It just makes such a massive difference when the bottom of the order is producing, because we had a long stretch there where they weren't doing fuck all. They weren't doing shit. You had like 3 or 4 guys bottom of the order hitting below 150. And now you have guys that are starting to figure it out, like Jano Espinal's figuring it out. Whit Merrifield's raking. It's cool to watch. And one guy that's interesting that I want to talk about, Ave and JR, is Kirk. He has an on-base percentage of 400, but he's hitting 226. With how good his eye is, once he starts figuring it out offensively, he is going to be a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. 400 on base percentage, but he's hitting 226. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder what his walk rate was last season. It had to have been pretty good too, because you don't just develop an eye like that out of nowhere, right? Maybe they're trying to pitch around him, get him out differently, and he's just not swinging at stuff as well. But yeah, I feel like he's striking out more than he did last season.
Yeah,
if you're gonna get on base at a clip like that, that's what Kevin Biggio wishes he could do. Unfortunately,
he went 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts against Kevin Biggio. Whatever. Yeah, he is just.
So let's look at this. You want to guess what his walk percentage is, Jer?
His walk percentage, 20.
21.2%, up 10% from last year.
Wow.
But his strikeout rate 15.2%, up 5% from last year.
See, that's not massive. I'm not a math guy. That's like a +5 difference. So, if you add them both, so that's not bad. That's not bad. But he'll figure it out, man. Kirk hits. Kirk rakes. He will figure that out for sure. Obviously, Matt Chapman still just doing what he's doing, hitting 364. Like, let's look at the middle of this Blue Jays lineup, shall we? Bo Bichette, 340 average, 381 OBP, 528 slugging. Vladdy, 333 average, 407 OBP, 535 slugging. Matt Chapman, 364 average, 446 OBP, and 659 slugging. That is your 2, 3, 4 hitters is ridiculous, dude. And I got to give credit, obviously, to John Schneider for moving Chappie up into the 4 hole and moving Dalton Varsho down, because Dalton Varsho is slumping terribly right now. Terribly. And once he figures it out, holy shit. It is going to be a madhouse, because Dalton Varsho couldn't hit water out of a boat right now. Let's just call it how it is. But he's a slumping
change
player.
His walk-up song, man.
It's a little Morgan Wallen song, though. We love Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, let's just get a little more serious at the plate. Let's get some hardcore rap.
Maybe relax my eyes.
Oh, dude, that would fire me the fuck up. That would fire me up. But another thing from today's game that we got to talk about, Johnny was right. This bullpen faced 10 hitters, 9 strikeouts in 10 hitters to finish the game off. And listen, I know these at-bats are unserious because of the lead and all that type of stuff, but Eric Swanson is awesome. Holy shit. He is so good, Avery. I don't know if you could pull up some of his advanced numbers, but I'll just read his stats right now. 154 ERA with a .77 whip and has a higher K per 9, I think, than Jordan Romano. I don't know if you can quote me on that, but Eric Swanson, what a trade for these boys. What a trade for the Toronto Blue Jays. The bullpen was ass. You bring in a guy like that, a grizzled vet that's going to be able to get you out just like he's been doing. He's aging like fine wine. He is awesome, Avery.
Yeah, he's in the top 4% of the league in expected batting average against.
Wow.
His K rate's significantly down from last year, but I think it might have just been inflated. Don't know why it would have been inflated, because I didn't watch him pitch very often, but 34% super high last season. If he ends up at like 28%, that's another great season as well for him. There's nothing you could say. He comes in and he throws strikes usually. Sure, he'll get hit hard a little bit sometimes. But he's awesome, man. It feels already that you can count on Eric Swanson whenever you put him in the game. And that's, I think, is the most important thing with relievers as a fan. It's like, hey, you see this guy coming out of the bullpen. Okay, I want him in this situation. Eric Swanson, you put in any situation, and I'm very happy with that. It was weird, again, where they used him today. But if you're going to use what you think is your best reliever in the most important spots, that's when they should be used. Him being versatile and being able to move around, not stuck in an 8th inning role, I think is weird for us as people. But I think as long as you're going to use your best guy out of the pen that you think you can use him whenever, and you consistently do that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he is. That trade couldn't age better, because he does have more years of control, and we knew Teoscar Hernandez wasn't going to sign back here. So it's awesome.
It's a trade that's a win-win for both teams.
Yeah, it is. They fill a need and we fill the need. So it wasn't bad. So let's go into anything else you want to say from that White Sox series, besides the fact that they are just absolutely terrible. That's pretty much all you can say. They suck.
Yeah, they suck, man. Yeah, it was sorry.
It was
It-
just it was very bad to watch.
If
I
if you're a
couldn't.
White Sox fan, yeah, apologies, man.
Yeah,
That
serious
shit
thoughts and
stunk.
prayers.
That shit
Thoughts and
stunk out loud. They didn't score a run for. They scored 2 runs in the second inning in game 1, and they didn't score since.
they are poor. I've actually thought about this, and I think I said this on the podcast. What are we gonna do when the Jays are just fucking terrible when we're doing this show? It is gonna be a nightmare. Just to find shit to talk about. I guess we can find funny things that we can just find with the team and stuff like that. I'm sure we could bring that stuff up, but it's just I couldn't imagine being a White Sox fan. I really couldn't imagine being a White Sox fan. So let's go into the series this weekend. The boys are back in town. Friday is the deja vu pitching matchup. Luis Castillo versus fucking Alek Manoah. The Mariners have kind of been ass 11 and 12, 500, very under. They haven't been that good, I'll say. Like they just haven't been good so far to start the year. So where do you guys stand with this series? I mean, Luis Castillo versus Manoah is flashbacks. Manoah showed he can pitch well. He's back, maybe. I think Manoah dominates this game. I think this game maybe and it ends 2-1, 3-1, 3-2. I don't think this game has any runs, but at all. I think it's just a massive pitcher's duel.
I'd agree with that. I think that's a good call. I think Luis Castillo, it's just better than Alek Manoah in general, though. I don't have any numbers to back that up, but I love.
Well, I can pull up. So we let Luis Castillo's stats start the year: 29 innings pitched, 1.52 ERA, 0.81 WHIP, 35 strikeouts with 6 walks. These numbers are ridiculous.
Okay, I think I might have even said this last year. That's not big of me to say right now if he has those exact numbers to start the season. Luis Castillo fucking rocks. I think we get slaughtered the Manoah game, but it's not really his fault. I think maybe slaughter's the wrong word. I think it's like 3-1 when Manoah comes out of the game. We lose 5-2 in general in that one. I just think Luis Castillo's that good.
He's so good, man. I wish he was on this
speaking
team.
about the Mariners, Robbie Ray done for the year.
Yeah, that's sad. That sucks.
He looked pretty good at the end of spring too. So
yeah, it does. He was looking. I mean, he's obviously a good pitcher. We hate on him, but he's a fucking good pitcher. So
what are the other matchups in the series?
Castillo, Manoah, Flexen, Gausman.
Oh, that should be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, the Jays better beat Chris Flexen by a trillion. We say it what it is. Chris Flexen sucks. And then it's on Sunday, I believe it is Bassett versus I don't know who the Mariners 3 guy is.
They would either have Kirby or Logan Gilbert probably.
Yeah, Logan Gilbert probably. Oh no, Logan Gilbert pitched today though.
Okay, so
yeah,
George Kirby or whoever their other guy is.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the matchup. I'm gonna say 2-1 Blue Jays this weekend.
2-1 Blue Jays.
2-1.
Yeah, I like the Chris Flexen matchup should be a waxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like call it what it is. Should be a waxing. Shouldn't even be close.
Yep.
Chris Flexen sucks. The Jays, if I remember correctly, the Jays were supposed to include him in that trade or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1 Jays. I'm expecting Friday to be just the Jays hitters got outmatched. Call it what it is. Jays hitters got outmatched. That's what I'm expecting from Friday.
Have we beaten a team's a really good pitcher yet this season?
Drew Rasmussen.
No, he's not. He's not Shane McClanahan though.
Like so you're saying have the Jays beaten an ace?
Yeah, have they beaten a team's best, who's actually like good in Major League Baseball?
I don't think so.
I don't think we've really had many chances though.
Yeah,
I'd agree because I can just the Cole start and then the McClanahan start is what comes to mind.
Yeah, that's the 2 where the Jays just got dominated. They should have won that Cole game, but yeah, that's just a weird situation with that. Obviously, kind of taking out Berrios when he was at like 79 pitches, and then Jimmy Garcia blows it. But Jimmy Garcia looked good today too, boys. Looked good today. A lot of fastball was like
the velo
had a lot of
was
life
up,
to it.
I think. Yeah, you can't really take much from the White Sox. Were dead, man, dead in their tracks. Those at bats were unserious. They're ready to get on the plane and get out of there after the 5th inning.
Yeah, 100%. So let's end the show here with the Corona Love Corner, a brand new segment presented by Could Be Your Company. Bring it up here. Let's go. Let's start it off here with. Oh, let me try to find this funny one. There's a funny one. Do you prefer dating apps or real life?
I mean, real life's obviously easier. What the hell?
Real. Okay, real life. Yeah, real life. Listen, as a guy that has a good verbal or a good virtual footprint in myself, dating apps. I'm out on dating apps. Absolute nightmare. I feel like I'm in college again when I do that. Like I feel like I'm just a high school kid again, just ripping the dating apps. It's just a nightmare. I'd rather get rejected at Corona Lounge than get a match on a dating app. That's where I'm at with that. I'd rather just get rejected face to face than do that. The other one here is why are you so emotional? Like your podcast is all over the place when it comes to hot takes. Half the time, the guy with the whiny little voice backpedals and everything he says. He sounds dumb majority of the time. Oh, that wasn't a question. That was from a fucking loser named Derek Nevis, who I just bodied on Twitter. This is not. This is. What would you sacrifice to find love at the Corona Lounge? I'm 0 for 3. Avery's 0 for 4. JR's 0 for 3. I'll start it off with you, JR. What is one sacrifice you would make to fall in love at the Corona Lounge for the content? Because we're content boys.
Fuck. What would I sacrifice to find love? I'd sacrifice not eating for 2 days.
Wow.
48 hour
that
fast.
Starvation is love. I would sacrifice my vision. I will walk around without my glasses. That's what I would sacrifice for love at the Corona Lounge. It's worth it. And I'm just thinking of mine. We've seen it. It's such a romantic place up there. It feels like you're touching the clouds. You're high-fiving God when you're in the Corona Lounge.
Times Corona Lounge drop. We're gonna launch our classiest shirt you'll ever see.
Yes, like a polo.
Yeah, like a polo. Yeah,
we'll
for
drop
the lounge.
For the lounge. Have all listeners decked out in the polos. Yeah, I like I said, my vision. Avery doesn't really have vision. She just squints all the time. So, Avery, what's your what would you sacrifice?
My car, probably.
That's a great sacrifice. That's a great piece of fucking machinery. It really is.
Maybe like my bed. I'd sleep on the ground for a while.
Okay. I did that at college. I slept on the floor at
what?
Yeah, we had bunk beds in college, and instead of me just setting up the bottom bunk, I would just put my bed on the floor instead, so I'd have more room.
Okay, that's not that bad. I meant like just sleep on the ground.
Yeah, it's greasy. Okay, that's fucked up. Yeah, that's greasy. Okay, this is actually a serious question, and maybe we should answer this. Is scale of 1 to 10, how likely is it that Vladdy gets a long-term contract from this team? I'm going to say 10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
I think it's going to have
him over Bo. 100%.
You have to be dumber than a box of rocks to not give Vladdy whatever he wants here soon.
Yeah, he's literally fucking ripping apart other teams, which you just love to see.
And he hit a ball 117. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, today he's feeling good. He's hitting balls 117. He's raking. It's not like he's hitting these like Toronto Bloop Jays shit, right? He's absolutely just fucking raking. So credit to Vladdy. The guy has put his money where his mouth is, and he's obviously shown he's doing the money signs at the plate. He's doing everything possible to make sure that he gets paid, and I love it. And I hope he does. And if he doesn't, like I said, I will storm the Rogers building like it's the fucking Capitol. And this is the last question. Who will find love at the Corona Lounge first? Who do you think will do that? In all genuine, well, JR is out of the running. So we'll have JR answer. Who's going to fall in love at the Corona Lounge first, JR?
Oh, man. I think I got to go with... Fuck, it's tough. This is tight because I think I'm just going to go with Johnny because I think he's going to go to more games than Abe.
I go to
a game.
Yeah, and Avery sits in boxes now, so
yeah, Avery's too good for the.
I'm in on boxes, dude. Those I could get used to that.
Fucking course you will. I'm out on the boxes. I'm out on the boxes.
Abe's corporate.
Yeah, so that segment might be canned forever. We got to be better questions, guys. I wanted like legit dating advice, like my girlfriend this. She what do I do? This type of stuff. So come correct with these questions.
Call him daddy next episode.
Call us daddy. So we'll end it there. What a week. By the way, it's my birthday next Thursday. Someone write that down. Dock that down.
How many times are you gonna tell the people?
Dock that down next Thursday. It's Johnny G's birthday. It's a national holiday. As always, man.
We'll send a personalized message from Cabo to Johnny
I will.
on his birthday.
We'll post it on the Gate 14 account.
Yeah.
There
Happy
it is.
birthday
Yeah,
to
we
our
love
guy,
that. We
our
love
leader.
that. We love that. So thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to everyone that purchased the Yusei Young shirts. Insane. Absolutely insane how many of you guys showed out for that. And JR and Kevin God next week. Kevin God next Thursday is coming on the pod. Me and him, because these two guys won't be able to record, are going to be just shooting the shit. Me and Kevin, man. Just two content creators doing content creator things. I'm pumped for it. The listeners should be pumped for it, and it's going to be all time. So any last words, JR and Avery?
Let's go. Let's ride.